just open your mind and just think throughout your life how many times you've started something only to either cut it short or not follow it through, and then you always thought that there was something wrong with you, or maybe it's you just don't have the willpower or the desire to do it, or you don't have the strength of mind. And really and truly, it's got nothing to do with how strong you are or how iron your willpower is. And it's something even more simple, but at the same time a little bit more complex. And let me explain. So our mind is divided into two. We have the area above the surface, which is called the conscious mind, and that's responsible for like the logical thinking, critical thinking, short-term memory, and solving problems XYZ. However, this represents a very small area and portion of our mind, and the majority of our mind is subsurface or subconscious level. That's why it's called the subconscious, because it sits underneath the surface, much like the grass behind me and the plants that grow out of the grass. So the plants that grow out of the grass, all we see is the top part of the plant. All we see is, the flower or the actual plant, whether it's yellow, green, or blue. What we don't see is the root and the stem that comes out of the root, which lies underneath the surface, subsurface. And in that root is all of the information and data that's responsible for how that plant behaves and how that plant grows and how it receives nutrition and XYZ. Much like our subconscious is responsible for 80 to 90% of our mind, and in the subconscious, which is actually the emotional mind, in the subconscious is things like our emotional responses, automatic bodily functions, so sneezing, farting, yawning, human growth hormone, all these hormones, when they're distributed through our body, imagination, intuition, all